Hey everybody, it's Brad at Dayport Brothers LLC out in Versailles, Ohio. Gonna do another walk around video followed by an operational video on this 2019 Cat 308CR that came in and we're putting up for sale. Like always, I'll walk around, I'll talk about the features and functions. I'll get up close to everything, show you everything that I see, tell you everything that I know. Then of course we'll fire it up, we'll run it through its paces. We'll show you that the pins are very tight up front there on the bucket. Let you hear the engine, show you the hydraulics are nice and strong. Kind of run it through its paces, show all the functions working. As always, if you are in the market for a used excavator or a used piece of construction equipment or a used piece of ag equipment, please subscribe to the channel. Please like the video. Your likes and subscriptions help other people who are looking for machines and looking for videos find our videos and find our machines, and we truly do appreciate that. All right, like I said, this one's a 2019 308CR. Cab, heat, air, hydraulic thumb, hydraulic quick coupler, front blade, backup camera, 2-speed, joystick steering, radio, new street pads all the way around, 18,493 pound operating weight, and 3,957 hours. So here in a little bit, we'll fire it up. I'll show you these pins up here are very tight. The hydraulics are nice and strong. And as I get up close to everything here, you'll see that the yellow paint is pretty darn bright. Looking at the boom and the stick and everything on this side, you'll see there, nice and bright. Whoever owned this was not afraid of grease. It is greasy at all of the pins, which is a good thing, and I think that's probably a big part of why it's so tight. They were not allergic to grease. No cracks or welds that I'm seeing anywhere on this side of the boom or the stick. Nice and greasy in there. All the cylinders seem to be dry. A couple scratches here in this one, but it's nice and dry. Looking at the front blade, as you can see here, that blade is nice and straight. No big dents or dings or anything to speak of in that. Cutting edge is still pretty good on it. Looking at the back side of the blade, I don't see anything that has been patched or welded. I don't see any cracks anywhere. It's pretty darn straight back here. That cylinder shroud that protects that cylinder there is pretty straight still. Coming over here, we'll take a look at the undercarriage. Like I said, new street pads all the way around. Sprockets are very good. Lots of life left in those sprockets. And as we get up close here, you'll see that the chain, everything's good there. Pins and bushings are good. There's a little bit of a flat edge starting, but there is a lot of life left in this undercarriage. And then as I back up and look here, the side rail of this undercarriage, as you can see, still retains quite a bit of that black paint. Pretty darn straight machine there. We'll go up here and take a look at the sheet metal as we come around. Sheet metal up here underneath the front glass is pretty darn straight. A little bit of a spot right there where it's just got a couple of chips in the paint peeling just a little bit. There's a couple little scuffs here and there, and as you can see, some chips in the paint, but that yellow paint is fairly bright. And this side here, as you can see, pretty darn straight. Again, some chips here and there in the paint where the paint is flaked off just a little bit. This sheet metal over here is pretty darn straight. Coming back here to this corner, again, very straight. That door's nice and straight there. Coming around to the back. The back side's pretty darn straight. Counterweight's good. Some scuffs in the paint and chipped off paint in a couple spots here on the counterweight. Again, nothing out of the ordinary there. Looking down underneath of it, nice and dry down here. Looks good over here. Looks good there. This back door is pretty darn straight. No big dents or dings there. Backup camera. Coming around to this side, again, yellow paint's nice and bright over here as well. This door's fairly straight. Kind of got a little bit of, almost looks like maybe a little bit of concrete splatter. Not a lot, but there is a little bit right there. Kind of on that door. A couple scuffs in the paint back here. Maybe just a slight dent here in this like honeycomb looking part. A couple scuffs there, but again, that yellow paint is very bright. Back here, looking on this side, this door is nice and straight. Couple little scuffs and nicks in the paint here and there. Again, it's a used excavator, but it's honestly very nice for a used excavator. Couple spots down here along the bottom where the paint's chipped, and then you see there's a dent and a nice little scratch right there. Looking at the undercarriage on this side, again, new street pads all the way. Sprockets on this side are very good. They match up to the other side. Lots of life left there. Same thing up here on the chain, pins and bushings, everything's good there. Side rail of the undercarriage here on this side, again, still has quite a bit of that black paint. Coming up here, a couple scuffs here. I don't know how well you guys can see those, but not super deep scratches or anything there. Again, up front here, a little bit of concrete splatter there. Everything looks pretty darn good here. Looking at the back side of the blade on this side, again, I don't see anything that's cracked or welded or plated. Pretty darn honest, pretty straight. Looking at this side of the boom and the stick, again, I don't see anything that's cracked or welded or plated anywhere. Pretty good. Looking at the thumb, looks like this tab's bent out just a little bit there. And then the bucket, front side of the bucket's pretty good. The teeth are good. There is a, we'll get to the back side. That back side is dented in a little bit. You can kind of see it from here, but it is dented in. It's the only bucket we have right now that'll fit this size machine. Hydraulic coupler, like I said, but there's that bottom back right there is dented in. That's probably by far the worst part of this machine. The rest of this machine is very, very nice. Again, cylinder's nice and dry. We'll take a look in the engine compartment back here, and then we'll look in some of these other compartments. Okay, as you can see in here, very clean, very dry. I don't see any oil or diesel running down the side of the block or anything. Take a look over here. All the fins look pretty good inside here on this radiator and the cooler. Just a pretty darn clean machine. Cranks up good, hydraulics are strong. Looking at the valve over here, valve's nice and dry. I don't see any hydraulic oil running down the valve anywhere. Just dry beneath it. Down here in the bottom's nice and dry. Everything looks good here. Down here at the pump, again, nice and dry. No oil or diesel. A little dust in here, but nothing out of the ordinary there. Taking a look at the cab and the interior. All the glass is good. I don't see any cracks or spider webbing in any of the glass. Everything's good there. Handle's good. Here we step in, just a little spot right there where the floor, that rubber floor mat's got a small tear and a little chunk missing out of it. But the rest of that floor mat's in really good shape. Both foot pedals are good there. Same thing up here, your hand controls. Of course, this one does have the optional joystick steering. Looking at the seat is very good. I don't see any cuts or tears. A little speck of dirt there. Backrest of the seat's in really good shape. Armrests are good on both sides. Taking a look down here. All the controls, all the buttons are very good. In good shape. You can still see all the decals on the controls and all the buttons. Of course, this has the newer style dash. Sorry, it was 39.57 on the hours. We've run it around and tested out. It ticked over to 39.58. So the hour meter works good. You'll probably see in the photos it had 39.57 on the photos. So if you go to our website, that's listed down below in the description. It'll show the hours, 39.57 on the photos. Everything looks good on this joystick. All the buttons are good, protective boot's good. Same thing with this joystick, buttons are really good. That boot down at the bottom's good. All that plastic's still nice and bright, not faded out. And as you'll see here in a second, that headliner's in good shape. Kind of a dirt spot right there, probably about where the window would be when you reel it back in. We've got the window up, but no water stains or anything like that. Pretty darn clean. Headrest is in good shape. Just a pretty nice excavator. All right, like I said, it's a 2019 3958 on the hours now. Lots of photos on our website. Like I said a little bit ago, that's listed down below in the description. If you have any questions, comment down below. We'll get some of these doors shut, we'll fire it up, we'll get right into an operational video.